Have you ever found yourself replaying conversations in your mind, analyzing every word, every tone, every small detail, wondering if you said the wrong thing or if something felt off? Maybe you read a message multiple times, trying to figure out what the other person really meant. Or you notice a slight change in their behavior and immediately assume something is wrong. And even when things seem fine, your mind keeps searching for problems that may not even exist. If this feels familiar, you're not alone. Overthinking in relationships is incredibly common, but it's not random. It's not just you being too sensitive or too emotional. There is always a deeper reason behind it, and understanding that reason is the first step toward breaking the cycle. At its core, overthinking is a form of protection. It's your mind trying to prepare you to prevent mistakes and to avoid emotional pain. Instead of waiting to be hurt, your brain tries to stay one step ahead. It analyzes, predicts, and questions everything, hoping that if it can figure things out in advance, it can keep you safe. This pattern often starts in childhood. If you grew up in an environment where emotions were unpredictable, where people's moods changed quickly, or where you had to be careful about what you said or did, you may have learned to stay alert. You may have developed a habit of reading between the lines, trying to understand what others were feeling, even when it wasn't clearly expressed. Over time, this becomes a mental habit. Your brain learns that paying close attention keeps you safe. So even in situations where there is no real danger, your mind continues to scan for signs. It looks for small changes, hidden meanings, and possible outcomes. And instead of bringing clarity, this often creates more confusion and anxiety. One of the main reasons you overthink relationships is the fear of uncertainty. Relationships naturally involve unknowns. You can't fully control how someone feels, what they will do, or how things will turn out. And for a mind that seeks safety, uncertainty feels uncomfortable. So instead of accepting it, your brain tries to eliminate it by thinking through every possibility. Another major factor is the fear of rejection. When you care about someone, their opinion of you starts to matter, and that creates vulnerability. Overthinking becomes a way to manage that vulnerability. You try to say the right things, act the right way, and avoid anything that could lead to rejection. But in doing so, you end up creating pressure for yourself. This is why small things can feel so big. A delayed reply, a short message, or a change in tone can trigger a wave of thoughts. You start asking questions like, did I do something wrong? Or are they losing interest? Even when there's no clear evidence, your mind fills in the gaps, often with worst-case scenarios. Another reason behind overthinking is low emotional security. If you don't feel fully secure within yourself or within the relationship, your mind tries to compensate by searching for answers. Instead of trusting the connection, you rely on constant analysis to feel in control. But the more you analyze, the less secure you actually feel. There is also a connection between overthinking and past experiences. If you've been hurt, rejected, or disappointed in the past, your mind remembers that pain and it tries to prevent it from happening again. So it becomes hyper-aware, constantly looking for signs that history might repeat itself. Even when things are different, your mind reacts as if the past is still present. Overthinking can also come from perfectionism. You may feel like you have to do everything right in a relationship, say the right things, behave the right way, and avoid making mistakes. This creates pressure, because relationships are not meant to be perfect. They are meant to be real, messy, and human. But when your mind is focused on getting everything right, it turns every interaction into something to analyze. Another hidden reason is the need for control. When you overthink, it can feel like you are doing something productive, like you are solving a problem. But in reality, it's often an attempt to control something that cannot be fully controlled, another person's thoughts, feelings, or actions. And because that control is never complete, the thinking never stops. Over time, this pattern becomes exhausting. You may feel mentally drained, emotionally overwhelmed, and constantly stuck in your own head. Instead of enjoying the relationship, you find yourself analyzing it. Instead of being present, you are always thinking about what could go wrong. But here's the important truth. Overthinking is not helping you, it's keeping you stuck. It gives the illusion of control, but it actually increases anxiety. Because the more you think, the more possibilities your mind creates. And the more uncertain everything feels, breaking this pattern starts with awareness. You have to notice when you are overthinking, when your mind is going in circles. and when you are trying to solve something that doesn't actually need solving. Simply recognizing the pattern is a powerful first step. The next step is learning to pause. When you feel the urge to analyze, take a moment and ask yourself, is this thought helpful, or is it just making me more anxious? This question helps you separate real concerns from imagined ones. It's also important to focus on what is real, not what your mind is creating. Instead of assuming the worst, look at the actual evidence. Has the person shown consistent care and effort? Is there a real problem, or is it just a feeling? Grounding yourself in reality helps reduce unnecessary anxiety. Another key step is building emotional security within yourself. The more you trust yourself, your worth, your value, your ability to handle whatever happens, the less you feel the need to control everything. You become more comfortable with uncertainty because you know you can handle it. Communication also plays a big role. Instead of overthinking someone's behavior, you can ask for clarity. Healthy relationships allow for open and honest communication. You don't have to guess everything. You can express your thoughts and ask questions when needed. It's also important to accept that not everything can be controlled or predicted. Relationships involve risk. There is always a chance of misunderstanding, conflict, or even loss. But trying to eliminate that risk through overthinking only creates more stress. Learning to sit with uncertainty is part of building healthy connections. Healing this pattern takes time. Your mind has been trained to think this way for a reason, and it won't change overnight. But each time you choose to pause, to trust, and to stay present instead of overanalyzing, you are slowly rewiring that pattern. At the end of the day, relationships are meant to be experienced, not overanalyzed. They are about connection, presence, and shared moments, not constant mental calculation. You don't have to get everything perfect. You don't have to predict every outcome, because the truth is, the more you trust yourself and allow things to unfold naturally, the less your mind needs to work over time. And that's when relationships start to feel lighter, calmer, and more real, because you're no longer stuck in your head. You're finally present in the moment.